Buy now or wait in Fernie, BC for 2026. What's going on, everybody? Let me tell you a quick story about what's going on in Fernie and whether or not you should buy or sell before 2026. Let's go. Inventory is up and interest rates are still high, and everyone in Fernie is asking the same question right now. Should I buy now or should I wait for 2026? If you wait for the perfect moment, you might miss your opportunity. But if you rush, you could stretch your budget further than you want to. So today, we're breaking it all down calmly, clearly, Fernie specific data. Right now in Fernie, BC, the market is in a very specific place. Inventory across the Kootenay region is up slightly year over year by about 1% overall, while Fernie prices remain strong in the detached market segment. The Kootenay region saw 193 total residential sales in November of 2025, and that is up 0.5% year over year, and that includes Fernie's numbers within it. Demand here in Fernie is still healthy, but buyers are more price sensitive, patient, and understanding than they were during the 2020-2022 boom. And leverage here is more balanced now, not the runaway sellers market we saw in the peak years. One thing to remember, not all markets move together. Big city headlines don't necessarily apply here. While some regions in Canada are dealing with oversupply, slower pricing, and lots of condos on the market, let me give you a quick example. Vancouver and Toronto, they have so many condos out there right now for sale that the market is tanking. We don't have that. We don't have any new condos. There's not an oversupply, that is for sure. In fact, we are undersupplied. So Fernie behaves completely different from any of those big centers. Local lifestyle demand, limited land, and seasonal tourism create a very localized market. So when you hear the national news, take it all in, understand it, but remember, Fernie is not the same. So here's the truth. Buying a home has never been about catching the absolute lowest price or the perfect mortgage rate. It's always been about timing your purchase around your life, your job stability, income, long-term relationships, and plans for the next 5 to 10 years. If your life is stable, owning a home becomes a long-term anchor. If your life is in transition, waiting may be the smarter move. When you own a home, you're locking in a long-term housing cost. Rent doesn't quite work that way. Rent increases with the market, but a mortgage doesn't, especially once you renew it at better rates in the future if rates decline. And each monthly payment builds equity instead of completely disappearing. Looking at the Kootenay region right now, detached home benchmark prices have remained stable, sitting at around $607,500, up 1.8% in the Kootenays. Now you got to remember that number because we're going to come back to that one, okay? So year over year, despite slower sales in some surrounding markets. Fernie, however, has its own story. Fernie's a crazy little place. The benchmark single family price here is, take a guess, $1,022,600, up 7.5% year over year. A strong signal that long-term ownership continues to hold value in Fernie specifically. Now you compare that with Kootenay overall, median price of $606,000, $400,000 more to live in Fernie. That's a premium, I'd say. So even during a balanced market, Fernie still appreciates because inventory remains tight and demand remains lifestyle driven. But let's be honest, owning right now isn't for everybody. You should probably hit pause if any of these apply. Number one, if you need to move again in the next 3 years, Fernie's market is strong. It gives you long-term growth appreciation, but short-term moves can create losses after closing costs. Number two, your budget only works if rates drop. If you're saying, I can afford this only if the rates fall next year, that's not a safe buying plan. Your credit is weak or your savings are your credit is weak or your savings are thin. Fernie is an expensive market and you need a buffer, especially with benchmark prices where they are. Number four, Your job or income is uncertain. Stability is more important right now than timing. Remember, renting isn't a failure. It's a strategic period to strengthen your financial position so you're ready when the right home happens. So if you're planning to wait, that doesn't mean pause your progress. Here's what you can do right now to set yourself up for a stronger 2026 purchase. Number one, focus on your credit score. In today's rate environment, credit can move your payment hundreds of dollars a month. Number two, start practice paying. Whatever the difference is between your current housing cost and a Fernie mortgage, put that amount into savings every month. If your rent is $2,000 but your future payment might be $2,800, save that extra $800 now. It builds discipline, builds your down payment, and it'll get you used to paying $2,800 a month. Number three, build 3 to 6 months of reserves. Fernie is a lifestyle market, and ownership here often means unexpected costs, seasonal expenses, and higher maintenance for homes in the mountains. These steps make waiting a strategic advantage, not a passive delay. So if you're leaning towards buying sooner, maybe even before 2026, here's how to approach the Fernie market strategically. Number one, talk to your bank or mortgage broker and get a rate hold or pre-approval. Do it now. Rates are still elevated, but rate holds protect you if they rise while allowing you to benefit if they drop before your closing date. Number two, target homes with longer days on the market. Across the Kootenays, single-family homes are still taking around 72 days to sell on average, and that's down 16% year over year. And this means well-priced properties are moving, but ones that aren't, they'll sit, and they'll be begging for an offer. Number three, understand where Fernie is unique. Detached home prices here are far above regional averages, and this segment remains tight. In November of 2025, Fernie had 5 single-family home sales, a benchmark price of just over $1 million, a year-over-year price increase of 7.5%. You got to negotiate. Number four, you got to negotiate based on your property's days on market, not on the market headline. A home sitting 45 to 60 days in Fernie may offer room for negotiation. Take advantage of that if you have the opportunity. Number five, look for seasonal windows. Fernie typically sees softer demand during late fall and early winter, often a better time to negotiate than during the spring rush. So here's the quick Fernie market read over the past 30 days. And this is pulled from the Kootenay dataset. Single-family homes, we had 5 sales, up 25% year over year. Benchmark price is up 7.5%. Our price is now over $1 million. Townhomes, we had 3 sales, down 50% year over year. Benchmark price, $606,600. And that is up 5.4%. Apartments and condos, 0 sales, but benchmark pricing is still at $546,800. Across the broader Kootenay region, inventory sits at 1,394 active listings, up slightly, and overall sales rose 0.5% year over year. So Fernie's not collapsing. It's not overheating. It's balanced with a strong pricing in detached homes, driven by lifestyle demand and limited supply. So here's the bottom line. Don't wait for a crash because Fernie isn't behaving like a crash-prone market. Instead, watch for your window. If your life is stable, your payment works today, and you've built reserves, then buying in Fernie, BC before 2026 may make sense. But if you're not ready, waiting isn't a mistake. It's just simply preparation.